Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight I will continue, or better start, already season 3 if you count the short 3-episode season as a season. Season 3 of my game Streamlined Outlaws in the Outer Fringe, which builds upon the excellent Streamlined Superheroes from John Fredericks from Sharp Mountain Games. So I just updated this to version 1.9 on DriveThruRPG. I made some tweaks after I've played several more games. The main thing is I added another four different world types. So there are 8 different world types now. And I made some slight adjustments. So, for example, starting hyperdrive, instead of only 1 hex, is 2 hexes now, plus whatever you roll. And I also changed up the military blockade and counter tables a little. But mostly I added 4 more world types. And I will continue or start season 3 now of the adventures of young Nash Duncan and Loola in the Outer Fringe or Outer Rim. And the thing is, I want to actually get to the point where we know a little bit more about Loola's fate, because I want to start my 4th season of Adventures in the Keldor Sector soon, featuring my Spaceborg rule set, and I'm planning on maybe inserting some Easter eggs and references to Nash's past into this season, the upcoming season. But in order to do that, I first need to know what exactly happened to Loola. So I'm determined to find this out in this season here. So let's see how this goes. Because Loola in this season, I will use again the alternative rules where you play against an invisible opponent, but only Nash sort of has the plot armor. So if Nash is reduced to 0 HP, you roll 2d6 for enemy renown at the end of the round, and he will then basically recuperate, regenerate. But if Loola is reduced to 0 HP, she will actually die. And if the Silver Angel gets blown up to pieces, it also gets blown up to pieces, because obviously some way along the way Nash must have lost it. So this is my intention. Let's see how this goes. As always, the dice dictate the story. So once again, we have traveled to a different region of the Outer Rim. This is the Outer Sector, and it features the usual planets. So we got trade hubs, wretched hives of scum and villainy, unremarkable dumps, and military blockades. But now we also have entertainment and recreational worlds, agricultural bread baskets, heavy industry worlds, and mining colonies. And how these work, I will just explain to you during the game. So after we were not very successful in the last game, which we lost 3-6 renown, we decided to change the region in the Outer Rim, if you remember. So now we have traveled to the Outer Sector to start a new game. I prepared all my cards and logs here. So let's first determine our starting position with 1d12. We start in system number 3, which is great because it's Veltura, the capital of the sector, and it's a trade hub. And trade hub worlds are great because of the discounts. So this is where we start. And one more thing, I decided to level up Nash and Loola to level 2 after their exploits using the standard Streamlined Superheroes rule set, which are where level up is pretty simple. So Loola, she increased her charisma to 4. I finally need to get these checks in to succeed at gambling. And Nash, because he also wants to get better at gambling, or needs to, because for story purposes, and he's looking over Loola's shoulder, I also increased his charisma to 3. And if you're wondering why I didn't increase an effect die by 1 step, I figured, well, if I don't even make the check, it doesn't matter what the effect die is, because if the check is a failure, the effect die is basically 0. So I will focus on finally getting my success chance up to succeed at these checks, like gambling, piloting, etc. So I'm, for now, have decided to improve my attributes instead of one of my skills. Okay, so yeah, we got our gear here on the back, and we got the Silver Angel with the nice chrome hull finish as a fancy item, and we are in the Veltura system. Yeah, so Nash Duncan and Loola, our intrepid duo, here they are. And yeah, so we start the first round as always with the optional movement phase, and because I am on a planet that is a trade hub and I don't have any cargo missions or anything yet, I will not move. Oh yeah, and I carried over my credits from season 3, so I got 8,300 credits, which is great. Renown and enemy renown is set to 0. The Silver Angel is still damaged. It's at 15 hull out of 20, and we are at full hit points, 20 each. Okay, so let's roll for an encounter. So I'm going to, after the optional movement phase, into the encounter phase, and let's see what the planet has in store for us. I'm rolling a d20. 19, which is the military lockdown. Reroll on a wretched hive. I'm not on a wretched hive. The military imperium has enforced a local lockdown and curfew. You can't take any planetary actions in this action phase. Okay, so that's bad because we basically lose a round to the behind the scenes enemy. So we have just landed, as once again there's this announcement from the Empire. Attention citizens, this is the Empire speaking. Until further notice, you are confined to your spaceships and apartments or hotel rooms. We are conducting a military operation in this city block. Damn, what is this again, Loola? How unlucky can we be? We just got here and already there's an imperial blockade or a military imperial lockdown going on. Well, what is this? I don't know, Nash. I don't know. If I would be superstitious, I would say it's a bad omen, but thankfully I'm not superstitious. Well then, let's hope you're right, Loola. Let's hope you're right. Yeah, but I think we can find a way to spend the time useful. Yeah, I know what you have in mind, but why don't we play some sabacc first? I've sort of gotten interested in it, and I'm eager to learn some more tricks from you. Okay, so set up the cards, and I'll be there in a minute. Okay, so Nash is playing some sabacc with Loola while there's this lockdown going on, and at the end of the round we have to roll for enemy renown since we can't take any actions. On a 1 or 2, the enemy gains a renown on a d6. Oh, and of course I start with a 2, so again, or once more, the enemy gets 1 renown this round while we are stuck on the planet in an imperial lockdown. All right, next round, movement phase, optional. I don't move. Encounter phase, planetary encounter, since I didn't move. A 4, let's see what that is. A 4, the local bullies. You're insulted and provoked by X+1 individuals that don't like you. They draw guns on you. All right, so as the announcement comes that the curfew is, or the lockdown is finally over, we decide to head out into the city since this is a trade hub and we want to get some things done. The city has seen better days, so we make our way into the Undercity. Like so. Okay, let's get this out of the way here. We make our way into the Undercity. To make some purchases. Let's see, I better move this down a little, like so. Let's check the camera. Yes, looks good. As X+1 local bullies, so we are 2, so that is 3 local bullies approach us and are looking for trouble. Let's see, what do we have as local bullies here? Yep, this looks like a good bag here. It is a Weequay gang. Weequay gang thugs. 1, 2, 3. So these are Weequay thugs, a common mini from the Bounty Hunter set from the Star Wars Miniatures game. So 2 of them, they were hanging out on these street corners here. And so we walked by them, and as we walked past, this guy nods to this guy, and they start coming up behind us, sort of blocking our way. And this guy, he walks up to us and confronts us and says, well, seems like you have taken a wrong turn. And Nash goes, well, I don't think so. Actually, we are exactly where we wanted to be and took exactly the path that we wanted to take. Ha! Wise ass, it seems, huh? Well, let's see how many wise ass remarks you can still do with your teeth missing. Hehe. Get 'em, boys. And do they have blasters? Yes, so they do have blaster pistols here. So they do draw their blaster pistols and yeah, draw guns on me, on us, and want to shoot us. So I go, you go, we go first. Nash gets out his DL44. He's got a combat value or effect die of D6, and it's a dexterity attack. Dexterity is +3. So let's see how this goes here. Okay. Can you see everything? Yeah, a little crowded here on the table. So we exchange glances and communicate that she takes on this guy and I take on one of these two. So I get a shot off. Yes, 17, and that is 5 + 3 for the damage. That is 8, and they got 6 hit points. So the first thug already goes down, and Nash has acted. Now an enemy goes. You will regret that. He goes, and he moves down here, take cover behind this corner somewhat, and shoots at Nash. And they have +2 and a D8 effect die. Okay, D8 effect die. And he hits, but luckily only for 2 points of damage. And Nash, he bought an armor jacket last time, which is light armor, giving him 3 armor points. They reset between combats. So actually, at this combat, so I started with 20 hit points, so I actually have 23 with the armor points, and I'm hit for 2, so I'm at 21. So this is the blast. It's only a glancing blast is absorbed by my armored padded jacket. That was a close one. And Loola moves up 1, and as she moves, she does some fancy swirling moves with her plasteel combat staff, and bam, smacks, hopefully, the thug. So she is using dexterity. She only got dexterity +1 and combat d6. But 10 +1, that's enough. And 3 +2 for her staff, that is 5. However, oh yeah, 5 HP. No, that's the gang. Local bullies, they have 6 HP. Okay, that is not good, because now this guy is left standing with 1 hit point. Oh, and I forgot my little token bag, so let's get the dice out real quick here. So he has taken 4 points of damage, no, 5 points of damage from 6. So this is the damage. Loola has acted 5 points of damage, so he's still standing. You'll regret this. And he draws a vibro blade, a vibro dagger, and slashes at Loola, +2d8. Oh, that's a 10, that's a hit, but only 3 points of damage. But Loola has no armor, so she's at 17 HP. A cut. And that was the last guy. So end of the round. Next round, I go, you go. Loola immediately retaliates. She wants to take this guy out. And again, with her staff, +1 d6. Yes, 11, that's good, and enough damage. Bam! She smacks this guy with her staff and turns around to face the other attacker, who, from his position here, pew, with his blaster pistol, shoots at Nash, +2d8. 19, but luckily only 1 point of damage, which takes away the last armor point. So if I don't take any further damage by the next combat, my armor points, they will regenerate. So Nash's turn now. He moves to get a better shot in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to here, and shoots. Pew. Come on, Nash. +3 dexterity. Yes, 18, and that is 6, because he gets +3, and that is exactly the 6 he needs. So he dispatches the final bully. Damn, he goes to Loola. Are you alright? He got me on the shoulder, but it's a minor cut. I'll get myself patched up in the Angel. I'll be alright. What about you? I saw you got hit. Yeah, but thanks to this new armor jacket you urged me to buy, was only a glancing hit, so I'm fine. Well, that's good to hear. Let's just do what we were supposed to do. So, what do I want to do? Obviously, I want to get, because on a trade up you get a 10% discount on every purchase, cargo, etc. So Loola, she's my mechanic. So as a first planetary action, I want to buy stuff. I want to shop for stuff. Where's my planetary actions here? Page 33. So buy legal gear. You can buy any number of weapons, etc. And on a Metropolitan Trade Hub, 10% discount on all purchases. So Loola, she actually wants to get a toolkit, because the toolkit is needed to use her mechanics skill. So the standard toolkit, the toolkit needed to restore hull points using the mechanics skill. You can use it once per round as a planetary action, and it is 2,500 credits minus 10%, so that is 250 off. So that is 2,250 credits. So Loola, where is her sheet? She will buy a standard toolkit. so that I can finally save some money and repair my own ship. All right, so now let's deduct this. Where's my calculator here? Okay, so I got 8,300 minus 2,250. All right, so I'm at 6,050 credits now. Let's see, do I need anything else while I'm in this action? I can buy other stuff as well. You know what? Loola, she can actually upgrade her normal blaster also to a heavy blaster pistol. That is 1,500 minus 150. That is 1,350. Okay, so that is 6,050 minus 1,350. That is 4,700. And now Loola also has a DL44 heavy blaster, which gives her +3 to the effect die instead of +1. And that's Loola's action. And Nash's action, he of course wants to get some illegal cargo. And because we need renown, I'm fully prepared to this time try to smuggle this cargo actually into a military blockade system. So let's see how this goes. But first I need to get the cargo. So I'm on a trade up system and planetary actions. And let's see, buy illegal cargo. I need to make a charisma streetwise check. So Nash is brown and his streetwise is D10. My charisma, I improved it to 3. So let's see. I gotta make a streetwise check. No advantage or disadvantage because no military blockade or wretched hive. Let's see. 18, but only 4 on the effect die. So I don't know if that was also in version 1.8. In this version, I enhanced or strengthened the roll of the effect die somewhat. So if I roll a 6+ on the effect die, I get the cargo even cheaper. And if I get a 6+ while trying to find a buyer to sell it, I get a better price. But since I didn't get a 6, only a 4, I can buy this for 1,000 credits per ton. 500 credits per ton. It sells for 1,000, but here I get a 10% discount, 450. So I'm going to buy 10 tons of illegal cargo for 4,500 credits. So we have 200 credits left, and our cargo hold, which is on the, contains 10 tons illegal cargo. And that concludes our 2 planetary actions and also the round, which means I gotta roll for enemy renown. Lucky, no enemy renown this time. Okay. So, optional movement phase. I will move. I want to get to either the Vil or the Veltar system, because those are systems under military blockade. I am dead set on delivering illegal cargo there to finally get some renown so that I don't lose again by such a high margin. All right, so I'm setting course for Vil. So we ask for clearance, we launch, and once again goes, all right, Loola, you're up. See what you can do and set a nice course for us. All right, so that is an intelligence systems operation check. And I get the effect die value as a bonus to my hyperspeed. Yes, 15 and 6 plus the hyperspace 2 I got, that is 8 hexes. That should suffice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So Loola, she makes the calculations and plots a direct and perfect route towards the Vil system under military blockade. So I'm wanted now. I got illegal cargo. Damn, I forgot to repair the ship. It's still at 15 hull. But I got a good piloting check here. I got my speed somewhat modified. So maybe I'm able to evade whatever happens. So let's do a space and counter roll first for the military blockade system. Military blockade space encounters 42d6. Nash is flying, so I'm using the brown die. That is a 4. And of course, that is, maybe the worst thing I could get. It's a TIE Avenger patrol. A flight of 2 prototype TIE Avenger fighters. And here, of course, they're called Die Avengers because of copyright. Of the military Imperium, so of the Empire, has taken an interest in you and moves to intercept and scan you. If you're not wanted, you can let them scan you. Otherwise, you have to try to evade them. Speed 12. If you succeed, you escape. If you fail, you have to fight them. Ah, damn it. But if I win, I gain 1 renown. So if I win this space combat, I get renown. So since I don't have any TIE Avenger minis, I'm using the TIE Interceptor minis here. And I also don't have a Guthrok mini, but this YT will be a good stand-in. So, but first, let's try to evade those guys. So as I come out of hyperspace, I immediately do all the smuggler thingies, like reducing my energy emissions and trying to appear as if I'm drifting and everything. But maybe I was not fast enough, didn't really work, because on my scope, the characteristic scanner signature of TIE fighters appears, but there's something weird about these scanner signatures. They're pretty fast, and so fast that I go, ooh, Loola, that's probably going to get tricky. I don't know what is on our tail, but there are 2 ties. They're closing in fast. You know the drill. See if you can get me some more juice. Yeah. All right, so Loola, before I start an evade maneuver, she fills the engineering role of the starship on the starship, and as an engineer, she can try to boost engines. So she can boost the ship's speed during an evade maneuver. She must succeed at an int mechanics check, and if she is successful, I can subtract half of her effect die result rounded down from the hurdle points of the evade maneuver challenge before I attempt the pilot checks. Okay, so her mechanics is D10 and her intelligence is 2. So I actually have a pretty decent chance of making the check, but you know how it goes. Let's see. Yes, but the effect die is only a 2, which means, damn it, I can only subtract 1 from the hurdle points. All right, the hurdle points are 10 plus speed difference. My speed is 5, and those TIE Avengers, they have a speed of 12, so the difference is actually 7, if I'm not mistaken. So those 7 are added to the 10, so I got 17 hurdle points that I need to get rid of with 3 pilot checks. Luckily, I got a piloting effect die of D12, and you add the handling value, which I have boosted, to the effect die as well. So if I make the check, I might have a good chance, but I gotta make the check first. So Loola goes, I'm sorry, Nash, but I can't squeeze any more out of those engines. She won't take any more because of the damage. And Nash goes, "That's all right, Loola. It's got to be enough." And those TIE Avengers, they're closing in fast. All right, Nash, piloting. Dexterity 3, piloting D12. And of course, I roll a 4 plus dexterity 3, that's a 7. So I don't get to reduce the hurdle points by 8 because 6 plus the handling value because I didn't make the check. So one of my 3 checks down, 0 hurdle points removed. Doesn't look good. Second check. Come on, you can do it. They're closing in fast, Loola. Better head for the gun. Yeah, she heads for the gun. Oof. Lucky. Barely 7, but only 2 on the effect die plus 2 handling. That is 4. That is 13. So now I gotta be really lucky now. I gotta roll at least an 11 on the effect die and I have to succeed at the check. Damn it. Okay. Come on. This doesn't count. Okay, so I'm counting this. Even that was a 19, but still 5 plus 2, that is 7. That is not enough. That reduces that to 6, but 6 hurdle points remaining because I failed the third and the second check, third check. Damn. Yeah, so if the speed difference is as big as it is, I mean, of course, they are TIE Avengers, speed 12. I got speed 5, so it's only fitting that I don't evade. But if you have a good pilot and good handling, there's a chance. But you basically need to succeed with every check. But this is how it should be. If the speed difference would only be like 2, the hurdle points would only be 12 total. Totally different beast. But the main problem is, of course, at least for me, getting to 10, even though I got plus 3 bonus. All right, so no chance. They circle me and engage us in combat. But lucky, we go first. So those TIE Avengers, military blockade space encounters, they are pretty tough. All right, so they got hull 10. So that is me, TIE Avenger 1, TIE Avenger 2, and they got 10 hull each. The Silver Angel is at 15, but we also have 2 points of shields. They reset between combat, so shields 17. And I can do evasive maneuvers. I think we didn't really have a dogfight so far in this game. So now you can see how the dogfighting works if you got more than one person on the ship. So Loola, she will act as a gunner and I will act obviously as the pilot. And it's again, I go, you go. Our ship goes first and each of us gets an action. So Loola, she will of course attack. So she will attack first. She attacks with her dexterity. Dexterity is but only 1 in her case. And you don't get any bonus to attack. The bonus of the gun, which is plus 1, is added to the effect die value of her combat die roll. Okay, so her combat skill is D6. It's used to attack with all weapons. Her dexterity is 1. But still, I need a 10 only. Yes, Loola, that is 16 and 6 plus 1, that is 7. So maximum damage. So the first TIE Avenger doesn't know what hit him as he takes the full brunt, but I can immediately see that these TIEs are tough and something special because as the bolt hits them, the blaster barrage, there's this blue glow that shielded vessels have, but TIEs usually don't have shields. So what are these? But the first one is reduced to 3 hull. All right, so great shot, Loola. So she in her turret, and he tries to evade. Too late. He is hit. shields collapse, but still flying. And now Nash, his action, he will do evasive maneuvers. And evasive maneuvers means he makes a pilot check. And if I'm successful, I get half the effect die value as so-called evasion points. Those are temporarily hit points that are reduced before shield and hull points, but they don't carry over to the next round. They reset after every round. And of course I gotta pass the check. So my piloting is D12. I got a handling of +2, dexterity 3. Let's see how this goes. Yes, so I pass 11. So and 11 plus 3, that is 13. Divided by half, that is 6 evasion points. So those are my 6 evasion points. But now those 2, because our turn is over. Now they each get a turn and they attack +5 and with a D10. +5 D10. Let's see, yes. And let's write this down here. +5 D10. All right, so the first one that is damaged attacks now, +5 and a D10 effect die. Where's the D10 here? And they got 4 laser cannons, just like a TIE interceptor. And he hits for 4, which reduces my evasion points to 2. So thank God I made such a good roll. So I do a wild corkscrew maneuver, and those shots, they barely miss me at the last second. But let's see the other one. Can he adjust to my flying? Yes, he can. 6 points. So that reduces the 2 evasion points. And then I reduce the 2 shield points. And then my hull is hit for 2. Which means I go down to 13. All right, so this first one, they hit, and my hull is at 13. -2, lucky, because it's all used up. So now shields only regenerate between combat encounters. So now my shields are basically gone. And I gotta live off my evasion points if I want to make it through this encounter, it seems. All right, next round. We go again. Loola, shooting. 4 + 1 is 5. That is not the 10 I need. Nash, evasion, piloting. Come on, Nash. Oh no! Oh no! I roll a 3 + 3 is so, and even if I had made it, I roll a 1 only on the effect die +2 handling. There would be at least 1 evasion point, but no evasion points, no shields, no nothing. No hit. And now those Avengers. Okay, so now the situation is getting dire as the Avengers sort of have adjusted to my flying style. So I make wild corkscrew maneuvers, but they have no trouble staying with me, it seems. Oh, please. Let's see how this goes. Oh no, 8 + 5. That is more than 10 for 7 points. Okay, so no shields, no evasion points, no nothing. So I am 3 and 4. I'm at 6 hull. And that was only the first one. And now the second one. Oh, no, I think I know what happened to Loola and the Silver Angel. But I'm almost afraid to roll. Lucky. 1 hull point left. 17 and 5. Okay. So, but I don't know how I get out of this, but all right, 1 hull point left. So, damn it! So the Silver Angel shakes violently as those blaster bolts, laser bolts from those TIE Avengers. And there's suddenly smoke. Coolant is leaking. Sparks are flying. Come on, Loola, get them off my tail. So if I'm lucky and Loola takes out 1 and I get good evasion points, I might survive this, but I doubt it. All right, Loola, she is attacking. Come on, Loola. But she only's got dexterity +1. No. It's a 3. Nash, piloting. Come on, Nash. Yes, 20, but there are no crits. But 5 + 2, that is 7. Divided by 2, that is 3.5. Rounded down, that is at least 3 evasion points, giving me a little breathing room. But I'm afraid this is probably not enough. So we didn't hit the TIE Avengers. They're confident now, even the damaged one. I can see that it has shut off one of its engines. And yeah, shooting now. Lucky. 5, that hits, but only 1 on the effect die, reducing my evasion points by 1 to 2. So yes, no hull damage. The last one. Come on, please miss. But with a +5, it's actually pretty hard to miss. Miss! No. We didn't miss at 6 points. So that is the 2 evasion points and 4 points, which reduces our hull to 0. And once again, I'm biting myself that I didn't. I mean, if I would have come with the 20 hull that I had, fully repaired, yeah, I would probably still have 1 or 2 hull points, but no. All right, so yeah. All right, so the following happens. So they close in, they stick to me like glue, they shoot. And no, Loola! And I can't get him off our tail. The engine is hit. Loola, the engine is hit. She's gonna blow. We gotta get out. Yeah. Let's. Damn. So Nash, he out of the cockpit runs towards the escape capsules that are actually in the Guthrog, let's say, because this is a YT, let's say there's someplace on the side. The cockpit is actually in the front. And he runs down this hallway as Loola is not coming. He goes, Loola! She's gonna blow! We gotta get out now! Coolant is leaking. And she goes, yeah. And then there's some wiring, plate from the ceiling is loose, and wiring drops into the pathway and obstructs her path out of the gunwale. And she goes, I can't get out! And he goes, no, Loola! And then there's a small hull section blowing and atmosphere is leaking out. And she just goes, you gotta go, Nash! There's nothing you can do! It's been quite a ride. and I go, no! Go, Nash! And another hull plating leaks as I finally step into the escape pod and hit the emergency release, and not a second too late, as the escape pod ejects and the ship with Loola stuck in the gunwale with those wiring entangling her, they explode in a final ball of fire. No! And my escape capsule drifts in space. I can see those TIE Avengers circling the debris, and then they circle my escape capsule as an Imperial picket ship arrives to pick me up. And yeah, I will probably spend a couple of years in an Imperial detention facility for trying to evade an Imperial patrol and firing upon Imperial starships. Actually, that is probably a death penalty, huh? So yeah, somehow I probably got out of it, but this is where this story ends. Damn, I didn't think that it would be that quick. But yeah, one mistake. I launched without full hull points. And then, I mean, there was no need actually to smuggle this illegal cargo there, but I could have used the renown and the money, but I could have waited until I've also upgraded my shields and weapons. But this is also, I think, one of the space encounters that is very difficult with the TIE Avengers. Yeah. Sadly, that's it. So let's just say, all right, so Nash is, of course, imprisoned. He is imprisoned. He spends 1 or 2 years in an Imperial detention facility. Maybe he's actually sentenced to die. But then for some streak of good fortune, the detention facility came under attack by a rebel group. They wanted to probably extract some high-level Alliance members. And in the confusion, I managed to escape and go undercover for a while. Probably made some money in the Outer Rim, paid someone to erase my criminal record. And then I eventually, 10 years later, ended up with where Rhya encountered me. So, all right, so now we know what happened to Loola and the Silver Angel. Loola died when the Silver Angel was blown to bits by experimental TIE Avengers while we were trying to smuggle a load of illegal cargo into the military blockade system of Vil in the Outer Sector in the Outer Rim. All right, folks. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I certainly did. I mean, let's be honest. We all knew somehow Loola wouldn't make it, but I was still curious what was going on because I didn't know. Now I know, and now I can use this knowledge maybe to reflect on it in my upcoming season of Adventures in the Keldor Sector. Yeah. So if you liked this gameplay and if you turned in for the first time, check out my other playlists where I play this board game style Star Wars game. It is based on Streamlined Superheroes by John Fredericks that you can pick up on DriveThruRPG, and this is my expansion or mod or plugin for it called Streamlined Outlaws in the Outer Fringe that uses Streamlined Superheroes as a base and transfers it into a space opera Star Wars inspired board game. All right, so that's it. As always, thank you for watching and stay safe and stay healthy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.